Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Antonia. I hope you guys are doing well. Today marks the 1-year anniversary of when I started my muscle building journey. I started going to the gym regularly. I started eating within my macros, and I have a big secret that I've been keeping from you guys. And it's that I had a macro nutritional coach for a year now. And the reason why I didn't tell you guys initially is because I really wanted to make this video on the progress and why it's important, in my opinion, to have a macro nutritional coach. So before we get into the whys and the hows and everything like that, let's go back to July 17th of 2023. I started at 154 pounds. If you've been following me on Instagram _Hello Harley or TikTok Hello Harley or here Hello Harley, then you would know that I've always just been a mid-sized person and I've never been uncomfortable in my body. But around June of 2023, I was starting to feel uncomfortable in my own skin, and I was like, something's off here, and I just was feeling icky in my own skin, and that's no bueno. Okay, I've always been confident. I've never had a problem with my look. I can dress for my body type. I know how to, and I was like, well, something is feeling gross. But I was going to go to Portugal for about 2 weeks with my friend for her wedding, and I was like, okay, I should probably enjoy myself and go there first, because one, I was living with her family, and it's just like, what are you gonna say? Like, you're not gonna go to dinner with them? Like, obviously you can't do that, right? So the reason why I started and hired a macro nutritional coach is because my muscle mommy friend, I started noticing that she was looking cut. She was looking exquisite. She already did look exquisite, but now she was getting super defined, and I was like, I really want that. Like, I really would like to look like that. I've learned now we have different body types, and clearly I don't have muscle definition, but I do have muscles, but I just don't have the muscle definition that she has. But she can be just standing and it's like bam muscle, bam muscle. Like, she just looks amazing, right? So I was thinking to myself, I really want that. So I asked her what she was doing that was different in her routine, because I see her on a daily basis, and I was like, the gym routine's looking the same. What is happening besides that? And she told me she has a macro nutritional coach, and that's when I decided, okay, let me contact your macro nutritional coach. So my macro nutritional coach's name is Megan. She is fantastic. She is actually amazing. So July 17th, 2023, that's when we started. I started at 154 pounds. This is what I looked like. I don't think you guys realize that I was on this journey of losing weight and building muscle. Okay, I want to back it up. I wasn't actively trying to lose weight. I did tell Megan during our consultation, like, I don't really care about the weight. I just care that I am going to build muscle. And we never set a weight loss goal for me, because there was just never one. I just didn't know. It was more like I wanted to have a feeling or a look, and I wasn't gonna stop until I got there. So with Megan, I decided I'm gonna do the 16-week program with her, and she does have an option to do a 12-week program, and once in a while she'll have like a special program. So this summer she did a special program where she teaches you how to like count your macros, but also be able to indulge in a drink or two. For me, that was never a problem. I don't drink alcohol, I don't enjoy it, so that was never an issue for me. But that's fantastic for if you like to go to the cottage, or if you like to go to a patio and enjoy a alcoholic beverage or two, right? So once in a while she has those things, or like in the winter she'll have like specific programs, but regularly she has a 12-week or a 16-week. I decided I'll just go with the 16-week, because why not? I figured it is only 4 weeks more, and I can learn a lot from that. And also, I knew I was going to Japan in September of 2023, and that was going to be 2 weeks out of my 16 weeks that I was probably going to not count my macros. So I wanted to have that kind of leeway for me to really enjoy myself while I was on my vacation. What I've learned from having a macronutritional coach is that, one, it's really important to have one that is understanding. Two, one that also understands a female body, like a woman's body. It's so important because why? We have hormones and we have hormones that fluctuate on a monthly basis, right? And three, it's really important to have a macronutritional coach that is supportive to you. So I was really comfortable with going with Megan because my friend had used her and she like obviously had amazing results with her. And I also wanted a macronutritional coach that was going to teach me how to eat within my macros in a sustainable way. Prior to me joining a program in 2020, my friend Alex actually had a macronutritional coach and I almost joined her macronutritional coach. He was a male and I was like, yes, I'm sure it's fine. But I knew Alex was on like a meal plan kind of macronutritional program. And for me, I thought that's what I wanted, but for some reason I just never took the dive and do it. Like I did message her macronutritional coach, but like something in my gut was telling me like it wasn't gonna work, and I didn't want to invest like the money and time into doing something that was just not going to work for me. It was working for Alex. She looks amazing. By the way though, I don't think, and it's not to say like I'm not trying to like rain on his program, it probably works for other people. For everyday long-term use, it's just not sustainable to have a meal plan. Like it's just not gonna work. Like with Megan, I just have a set of macros. So it's calories and then the macros that I need to hit. So fat, carb, and protein. I need to hit those. I need to eat within the calories. And every day you eat something different. You might have a craving for something different. You might need to like fit something in because you have a craving for it. Like if you want the piece of chocolate cake, you need to fit that chocolate cake in, right? So eating like a set meal schedule plan, that's just not sustainable, especially for long term. Now that I've done it for a year, like a whole year, I know every day I eat something different, right? So I just know it's not sustainable. And Alex actually used Megan. I think she finished her program with Megan now, and she has learned so much. And Alex already had been super fit. So there's just always something to learn. Megan's style of macro nutritional coaching is just so well packaged. Like she is very understanding, but at the same time, she will be on you if you are not following the program. And she's really there to take the guesswork out of figuring out what macros and like, you know, the trial and error for you. Because prior to doing Megan's program in about January of 2020, I decided I'm going to eat high protein because everyone kept saying, you just need to eat high protein. Don't worry about the macros, eat high protein. And the hack was that you multiply the weight that you want to be with 0.8. So let's just say right now I'm 130 pounds, right? Multiply 130 by 0.8. You get 104 grams. 104 grams is just not enough protein for my body. I am at 130 grams at the moment. So I've just learned it is really important to have this coach for me so she can take the guesswork out of it. She can do the trial and error for me. She can figure out why I'm budging or why I'm not budging or what we need to change, or do I need to go higher in protein in order to kind of help my body move along and figure out all that stuff for me. So with Megan's program, what she does is she'll give you your calories, she'll give you your carbs, your fat, your protein that you need to hit every day. And she obviously helps tweak them for you, right? But we're not trying to shock the body. Of course, you're gonna be eating in a deficit, but you still wanna feel full, right? So July 17th, 2023, I started at 154.6 pounds. I had a waist of 35 inches and my macros were 137 grams of protein, 182 grams of carb, and 61 grams of fat. She does ask you when you do the initial consultation, do you prefer fats or carb? I'm a carb girl, okay? And I can even see that I'm a carb girl here. I did not even hit my protein at this point, because at this point I was just starting out with the whole program. I'm not going to talk to you guys about the macros all that much because they fluctuate so much, and also it's so personal. Like, it just, if I tell you guys the macros, it might not work for you that way. You guys probably didn't start noticing that I lost weight until I did my, like, I think that I did like some sort of shop with me right before I went on vacation. So September 1st, 2023, I went to Japan. I think I did a Aritzia shop with me right before I went to Japan. At that point, you guys were noticing I was looking a little bit more toned. Why? Because I lost 10.6 pounds. At that point, on August 28th to September 3rd, that was the period that we were in, I was 144 pounds. And my waist was down to 31.5 inches. So I lost about 3.5 inches. I was still a size 8, so you guys didn't really notice that I was losing weight, but you guys were noticing that I was looking a lot more toned down. And at that point, I was still wearing basically a size 8. I probably could have gone down to like a size 6, but like it was still like a little bit tight. I obviously didn't want to gain any weight while I was away on vacation, but I was going to Japan, the land that makes me super happy, the land of the best food. So I did my check-in right before I went. Between September 4th to September 17th, I was 143.6 pounds. So at that point, I lost 11 pounds and my waist was 31 inches. I was looking, you know, starting to change shape a little bit more. September 25th to October 1st, I was back from Japan. I actually went down to 143.2 pounds. So what's great is I did not gain weight while I was away. I also was walking like 20,000 something steps a day. I was definitely not hitting my proteins or anything like that, but I was getting my steps in. It was hot, okay? I was just like constantly sweating, and my waist was 31 inches. At that point, you guys were probably like, okay, this girl is like, she's doing all right. October 9th to October 15th, I was 141 pounds, and then my waist was down to 29.5. So again, that was 13.6 pounds down. Again, it's a slow progression. We were going slow. November 6th to November 12th, during my check-in, I was now at 137.7 pounds. My waist was 29.5. Let's jump, because I don't think you guys really noticed that I lost all this weight until it was December 25th to December 31st. I was at 133.2 pounds. So I was down 21.4 pounds and my waist was at a 29-inch waist. So by then you guys noticed, Antonia, why do you look different? Why do you look like you lost a lot of weight? And that's because by then I lost 21.4 pounds, and that's when you guys really noticed the big change. I'm still with Megan. Obviously, the 16 weeks from July had way surpassed, and the reason why I continued with her is because I still wanted to maintain the goals that I have. Also, by December, I wanted to continue with her because it was like Christmas time, and you know, we were eating heavier meals and stuff like that. And at that point, I was still learning how to maneuver like all of that. So in December, she introduced refeed days, which meant I didn't track for those days. In January, I kind of told her, okay, I think I still want to lose a little bit of weight. Now that I saw that I was at 133 pounds, I was like, I want to get to around 130. I did try to get to 125. It did not work for my body. The lowest I ever got was 127 pounds. And I just was so hungry by the end of it that I was getting really tired. So January 8th, no, that one doesn't have a photo. So let's go to, so January 15th, I was 131 pounds, 28.5 inches in my waist. So let's skip to current day because now I am not 126 or 27 pounds. Recently, I gave myself a 3-week period by accident because I missed a couple of days of my birth control and then it triggered my period. So I was on a period for 3 weeks. At one point during my period, I was 137 pounds. Currently, I am 130 pounds. I have a 27.5-inch waist, and I am trying to get my macros up to maintenance macros, which means I will be kind of steadily eating those sets of macros in order to maintain my weight and my muscles. I'm still working with Megan because we are not done yet. It has been a long time coming because this is not a one and done. There is a lot of information and trial and error to get through in order to reach your goals. You really just have to trust the process and know that your macro nutritional coach is there to help guide you and lend a hand. But at the end of the day, all the discipline of working out hard at the gym and eating within your macros is up to you. If you do not follow them, then you know, you will not see the results. I do want to say everyone's body is different. My friend and I started macro nutrition at the same time together with Megan, and she lifts a lot heavier weights than I do. I think now we are like about on par. She's a little bit more like stronger than I am, but I started at the same time. We were 2 separate weights. She's also a little bit taller than me, and my weight drastically dropped, whereas she kind of stayed and maintained her weight, but she toned up a little bit more. And again, we are just 2 different body types, and everyone is just a little bit different. I think it's really important to have a macro nutritional coach just to help guide you. I think it's fantastic to have that person to kind of lean on to figure out. It takes all the guesswork out. You don't have to continue to ask yourself why this is not working, why that's not working, and do the trial and error by yourself. I 100% think Megan is well worth the money. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been constantly paying her for her service for a whole year, and I'm still using her as a macro nutritional coach. She's just really great to have. I really love her setup of how she asks you a series of questions every week during your check-in. You do a photo every other week. And she does have a new app. I just am not on that app because all my data is on her old app, but she has a new app where she can have workouts written out for you, so you can tell her exactly what gear you have at home or what gear you have at the gym, and she can write out workouts for you that way. So I really think it's a great investment in yourself. At the end of the day though, you have to do the work, otherwise it's just not going to work for you. But I've had such a positive experience working with Megan as a macro nutritional coach. She is absolutely fantastic. I think it's so great to have someone there that is just super understanding. Whenever you're feeling like you kind of failed, you kind of just send her a message and she's there to really support you. It is so important to have that support, especially when you're feeling at your lowest. And I was feeling at my lowest at the time, and now she has lifted me to the best shape that I have ever been in my entire life. And I could not have done it without her. Thank you so much, Megan. I don't know if she'll ever watch this video. I would be embarrassed if she does a little bit, but I truly love Megan so much. She is such a fantastic coach. She is overall such a pleasure to work with. I highly recommend her. Leaving her information in the description down below. Please go check her out. This is obviously not sponsored. I worked hard for this, and yeah, that is my secret that I've been keeping from you guys for a whole year. I hope it was informational. I hope it was helpful. I'll see you guys on Instagram _HelloHarley. See you on TikTok at HelloHarley. Follow Megan. I will leave her website, I will leave her Instagram down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.